Good morning, everyone. It's Eric with His&Hers, HHQ. Yeah, I'm going to point this out. I guess I'm recording a good portion of these videos. It's like 1:30 in the morning, so I got a screwed up sleep schedule. But I'll still be up around 8. Anywho, this is a progress update on the AMT Chevy rescue van, and a couple of shout outs. So let me do the shout outs real quick. I'm actually going to bring up this page in my notebook. Let me see here. This might help a little better. Okay, so just real quick, David Parsley's custom scale emergency models. This guy's work with, emergency response vehicles is phenomenal. And the level of detail in his scratch building is crazy insane. If you are not subscribed, get over there and check him out. This is all one title here, or one channel. It is phenomenal. Right now he's doing a emergency, I want to call it a mass casualty, or mass casualty bus. And I mean, he took 2 of those American LaFrance cabs and turned them back to back, and then put filler in between, and he's got a bus. This thing is phenomenal. If you have not yet, get over there and check him out. He quipped that this Chevy rescue van is not going to be a easy build. It'll give me fits, because he's built a couple of them evidently, and so far, David, I have to say you're about right, and I will get to that here in a moment. Florentino Rebuilding Company, if I did not pronounce that correctly, I've been corrected on what I thought was an obvious name before, but Florentino Rebuilding Company, his work with trucks, with big rigs, and his scratch building, what he's doing, he's got, he does this thing for the frames on the big trucks that will guarantee, or pretty well guarantee, that truck frame, model truck frame, will maintain its straightness long after it just for a very, very long time. And it's something I didn't even think of. I'm sure some of us, or a lot of us, didn't even think of. But phenomenal builder, phenomenal scratch builder. Get over there, check him out. And ModelCarArt, that's all actually one word when you type it into search. It's Matthew, I think that's his name. Fred Henry shouted him out, and so I went over there and I checked him out, and I subbed to his channel. His first video that I watched was it was titled "My Channel," something. Anyway, sorry, that's how my brain, I literally just looked at it 2 days ago. I can't remember the title. Dang it. And these memory issues suck. Anyway, I watched that video, and I gotta say, from the thumbnails, I've got a lot of videos, Matthew. I've got a lot of videos to catch up on, but it really does appear you've got some phenomenal work. According to Fred Henry, you are extraordinary. And you know, it's welcome back. He took a hiatus, and he's back to releasing videos. He's hoping to have a model video out Monday. So I'm going to shout him out and, you know, welcome him back to the community. I mean, I'm relatively new compared to everybody. But, you know, welcome back to the modeling YouTube community, or YouTube modeling community, or what do we call ourselves? I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to get those shout outs out of the way. They're definitely channels you need to check out if you are not subscribed. Now, on to the rescue van. I can't remember who I was talking to. No, as a matter of fact, it was David. He commented about, you know, good luck with the build because of the issues. And I read that comment after I spent, you know, getting the engine together, getting it ready for prime. And I left these chrome just because I'm going to throw primer on them. And again, you're not going to see the top, so I'm not too concerned about detail up here. But I love the way this sets. This detail down here, I may get rid of this little nub here and actually put a oil drain spout on the side before I prime it. But otherwise, that engine looks really good. Took me about 30 minutes. It went together pretty nice. And that 30 minutes included cleaning this up pretty good. Then I got to the frame. I spent nearly 2.5, almost 3 hours cleaning up the frame. And I was astounded by that. It's like, wow, this is crazy. But I got it mounted. I had a little fun. There was a little fiddly here. This cross member transmission support. There was a little bit of issue with it, but I got it in place. But as you can see, the leaf springs are different. Well, let's take a look. These are the kit springs, and even though, like, this is the one I actually spent quite a bit of time cleaning it up. By the time I got to this point, I was losing more detail than I was maintaining, trying to clean up the mold lines here. So I had seen somebody, well, I mean, here you go. Here's the other side that I haven't cleaned up yet, but I mean, that mold line is just disgusting. And the little sink mark there, crazy. So I vaguely remember several months back, maybe a year ago, maybe last year sometime, I watched somebody, and I can't remember who it was. If I could, I would completely shout them out. But somebody had actually said, did a video, it may be Lucas C. But the individual did a video on how they correct leaf springs, and they scratch build them themselves. Now, I got a little impatient on mine, and I will get the U-bolts on there, the bracket bolts that technically hold the springs together. So considering it's my very first time actually scratch building the springs, I don't think I did too bad. I've got down in here, that is some of my scrap rod here, cut to shape. Sorry, I had that all mocked up. Cut to shape, or cut to size to fit in there. And I mean, honestly, I don't think I did too bad. Again, all I have to do is get those big U-bolts on there, the clamps, get a couple of them on there. Now the thing is, the thing I did, let's get a little more space here. The thing I did was, and this is, I don't know if it's a drawback in engineering or whatnot, but as you can see, I cut off a portion here off of both leaf springs, and I used those as the rests here for the axle to sit in, which gives me roughly 3 millimeters, I would say, roughly 3 millimeters. So it's basically got a 3-inch lift in the rear. But it turns out what those bits are for is to support the axle, because they made the axle short. Now I'm pretty positive it has to do with the spindle bits that stick off the hubs or the rims, and that's a quick file, easy job. So what I had to do was I took, here we go. I took the straightest bit of sprue off of this, the straightest bit of this big, ooh, I almost said a bad word. This big chunk of sprue here, as I was saying, and I cut it down. Now, mind you, I don't have a razor saw. I just had a random saw blade in my X-Acto knife kit, X-Acto blade kit, and I cut it down. I cut down 2 pieces, and then I made sure one side was flat, checked my positioning, then drilled a hole. I did the stepping procedure using the little bitty bit and then working my way up until I was able to get this rod through, which is kind of snug, which is fine because I don't think I'm going to have the wheels free turning. I've got to get some sleep. Anyway, so I did that. I spent after I fought to get the axle together and then get the seams filled and leveled out and everything situated, and then I got that on there, I spent roughly 4 hours on the axle by itself. Now the bulk of that was taking the metal file, taking my handy dandy little metal file here and shaping the sprue until it was as round as I could make it, so it matched the axle. Yeah, so that's been a whole lot of fun. I spent probably half an hour earlier. I made sure all of this stuff was cleaned up. As you can see, I took the chrome off the springs. I thought that was silly. I took the chrome off the back rims. Now I can clean them up. Dechromed the fan, and for the most part dechromed the air cleaner housing. So this here is actually moving along pretty well. I did find that the exhaust here will go through. You just have to do all this wiggling and finagling just to get this thing in place, but it will go where it is supposed to go and how it is supposed to go. I think I've got it pretty well cleaned up. It's ready for primer. I got my requisite exhaust hollowed out, so it's got that extra detail. But yeah, so this thing's not going to be a rust bucket, but it's going to be well used, is what I'm looking for. So the exhaust is going to get all pretty, and then I'm going to rust the mess out of it. Gonna have a bit of fun. And even though these will get, well, the whole undercarriage will get the black primer, it's going to be more of a brownish color. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. The body, I have a lot of cleanup to do, as you can see. But once I have the body cleaned up, I'm actually going to take my little grinder. I'm going to get rid of some, like maybe 1 or 2 bits here. You know, it's going to show its age. I'm going to make it all pretty and everything, and then it's going to be not so pretty. I saw a trick. This was, oh good Lord, this was 3 years ago that I saw it. I got my rotary tool, and when I break it out to get rid of like this section or one of these sections of the trim, I'm then going to go and start roughing up the inside of some of these spots, you know, the lower fender wells, until it's really thin, maybe starts to break through and gets that really rusty look. And then it's going to get primed and painted and ready to go. I'm going to have a bit of fun with this kit, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, thank you all for joining me on this adventure. This AMT Chevy rescue van that's not going to be a rescue van. And I appreciate all the wonderful comments. And yeah, so today marks, well, oh good Lord, it's been 21 years. Can you believe it? Wow. Anyway, we're not going to dwell on that because, I shouldn't dwell on it. Anyway, wow, 21 years. So I hope, you know, good uplifting day. I hope everybody enjoys a peaceful day of modeling and just really relaxing. I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ. If you haven't yet, head on over to Facebook and follow us at His&Hers Hobby Headquarters. And as always, take a moment, like, subscribe, it's free, doesn't cost a dime, and share the content. Spread the word of scale model building. It is a relaxing and rewarding hobby. It really is. The sky's the limit with your imagination. Just because it's a Chevy rescue van in the box doesn't mean that's what it has to come out of the box as. Just remember that when you get your first kit or first couple of kits, you don't have to build it as they are. So again, it's spread the word of scale model building. It's rewarding, and it can grow your imagination. And as always, take a moment, comment below. It may take 5 minutes, it may take 5 days, but I do try to be as interactive as possible. And as always, I cannot thank you all enough, the subscribers and those who comment, the wonderful supportive comments, the encouragement. You guys and gals are a phenomenal group of people, and I can't say enough about it. I'm proud to be a part of this community. So I'm Eric. Have a good day.